Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mundane Matt, and if there's one thing I love, it's social regressive motherfuckers causing a stink on Twitter for ultimately no fucking reason other than to virtually grandstand to feel better about a non-existent fucking problem. So, next week, next week is the release of Marvel's fourth Netflix series, Iron Fist. And I don't know about you, but I am fucking pumped for it. I loved Daredevil. I liked Jessica Jones. Luke Cage was better than Jessica Jones, but ultimately kind of boring. And this one hopefully will set the tone for the Defenders and bring it all in for, the street level heroes of Hell's Kitchen, right? But a lot of people out there are really fucking upset at this particular show once again. Last year, when it was announced that Finn Jones was going to be taking over the role of Daniel Rand, many people were upset. Why isn't there an Asian American Daniel Rand? They screamed at the fucking heavens. Because it's not the character. Sorry. Not the character. Marvel tried this just recently with Hulk. They made an Asian American Hulk and no one cares. Everyone's like, fucking Bruce Banner, goddammit. Because characters and the representation of those characters absolutely matter. Right? I mean, they keep telling me that, especially when it comes to characters that aren't white. I'm just saying, fucking Nick Fury became a black guy. Just, that's how it is. It's whatever. Like, who gives a shit? But the point is, people are always trying to find something to yell at. And so last week, there was a bit of a kerfuffle online when Star Wars Rogue One star Riz Ahmed gave a speech where he essentially said that the lack of diversity casting in movies in Hollywood actually helps lead people to ISIS. Now, ultimately, I got what the guy was trying to say, but I do believe that it was kind of a dumb shit thing to say, especially how he said it. And a lot of people got really mad at him as a result of that. Well, Finn Jones quoted the tweet and put representation matters, okay, agreeing with what Riz Ahmed was saying. Which was funny because then people started coming at him like the virtue signalers that they fucking are, accusing him of cultural appropriation and cultural insensitivity because he's playing Daniel Rand on the Netflix series Iron Fist. And there are people like, why wasn't there an Asian American Daniel Rand? Because clearly these are fuckers who don't read the story but see the title and think, oh, that's everything I need to know about this character. Except that's not at all what the character is. Now, the character is very similar in essence of, let's say, Iron Man, and also maybe Batman, just to kind of jump over, right? Daniel Rand is the son of a wealthy billionaire, Wendell Rand. Daniel ends up, I think everyone dies in a plane crash except for Wendell, Daniel, but they go through a dimensional portal to Kunlun, right, where he ends up becoming the adopted son of the king and learns martial arts, and then ends up coming back home in order to kind of reclaim his identity. I don't know. Honestly, I've just kind of read the summary of what it is. I don't know much about Iron Fist to begin with, and I'm looking forward to learning more now. So there's that. It's a very standard kind of story. It's a basic story, but it makes sense given the situation. Wealthy business billionaire in New York, okay, white dude, has a son, white dude, ends up crashing in the fucking interdimensional portal, goes to another dimension, and ends up, that's all Asian. Okay, kind of makes sense. I can go with that. The boy ends up becoming the adopted son of the king, learns martial arts, then returns home for a multitude of different reasons. It makes sense. Him learning karate and other forms of martial arts while he's there, makes sense, right? Doesn't that kind of make sense that you have kind of a waspy white boy goes into? I mean, it's not like he went through the portal and then just immediately became Asian. Right? It just doesn't make it. That's not going to fucking happen. But people out there are, like I said, they're losing their goddamn minds over this. And it says to me that they just need something to bitch about. But they bitched so hard and so loud. And if you're not familiar with their particular tactics, I can understand why people are going to fucking, they're going to fuck off of Twitter. But Finn Jones left. He bailed out. He actually released a statement where he says this: "There is a huge benefit to engage and help shape conversations on social media, especially when it comes to giving voice to social matters. My original intention was to amplify a speech made by Riz Ahmed at the House of Commons. It was very articulate and important speech on representation that I wholly agreed with. After posting that I was inundated by people accusing me of not being allowed to share his voice based on an assumption that our show was going to play into the problems of racial inequality on screen, I engaged politely, diplomatically, and attempted to bridge the divide. I'm currently in the middle of filming and I need to stay focused on bringing to life this character without judgment. so I decided to remove myself from Twitter for the time being. I am very proud of the work everyone has done on this series, and I'm excited for people to see how we've adapted the story. We've gone to great lengths to represent a diverse cast with an intelligent, socially progressive storyline. I hope people can watch the show before making judgments. In times as divisive as these, we need to stay unified, compassionate, and understanding in our differences. I know, fuck him, right? That culturally insensitive, white, cis, male. Come the fuck on. This dude saying, like, look, I liked what this guy said about diversity. I agree with what he said about diversity. I wanted to share what he said about diversity. And you cocksuckers are coming at me like I'm fucking Satan. It's just, but this is the mindset of these people. They're never happy. All they want to do is just fucking browbeat people until they agree with them. Look at Emma Watson, right? She did basically some titty pics. They were all right. Weren't anything I really cared for. But people were like, oh, you're a feminist and you're showing off your body. And it's like, Jesus Christ. But this is the thing. I honestly put this out there to people who engage in faux moral outrage. And you know what? I'm just for the sake of pure disclosure and transparency, I'm guilty of it as fast as anyone else. Knee-jerk reactions come out of me frequently. All right. And I have to ask this to myself all the time. What is in my life that is so fucking horrible that compassion just loses all fucking meaning, right? That understanding another person's point of view loses everything under the sun. How fucked up am I in my own life for this to be a thing? And that is a question I pose on a lot of you moral outrage, fucking virtue signaling motherfuckers. How fucked up is your life? You can answer honestly in the comments if you do at all. The point I'm trying to get to here is like, look, everyone has opinions. This dude was just trying to share an opinion of someone that he likes and he respects. Thought it was a well-written, well-articulated speech, wanted to amplify it because he agreed with the message. And instead of being met with, oh, thank you for sharing, it was, you culturally insensitive motherfucker. People are mad out there, guys. They are fucking mad. And you know what? I talk about a lot of it, and I get mad too. But it really is important to stop and ask yourself why. As I pointed out before. People mad at Finn Jones, I think, are more mad at himself, right? And he basically said, look, I'm not going to deal with your nonsense. You're all whiny bitches. I'm going to go back to making a TV show. You enjoy complaining on Twitter. And that's essentially what he did. And I don't fault him. I don't fault anyone that becomes the brunt of something on social media to just say fuck it and walk away. It doesn't matter what side of the coin they're a part on. All right, like, honest to God, too many people take fucking Twitter way more serious than it absolutely needs to be. Twitter is a 140 character social media sharing tool. It is not the be all end all of life, but god damn it, people lose their jobs for tweeting out shit. There was that woman Justine Sacco that made a joke about getting AIDS on her way to Africa, and people literally, like, this was fucking Gawker too, tracked her flight, and there was somebody waiting for her when she landed to take a picture to ask her what she feels like being fired. She was fired before she even landed, all because of a joke online that people fucking ran with. Not even a joke online, a joke on Twitter people fucking ran with. And this is the world we live in. So to Finn Jones, all I gotta say is, homie, I got your back. I'm watching the show next Friday when it fucking drops. No one's gonna fucking stop me on that shit. I hope it's badass. I hope you keep doing what you're doing. I'm looking forward to the Defenders, and honestly, fuck the haters, because they're just more or less jealous that they're not doing what you're doing. I think that's what it boils down to. A lot of it boils down to that. Call me condescending, call me conceited, I don't give a shit. I see this shit all the fucking time from both sides, and it just drives me up the goddamn wall. But I want to know your thoughts on this. Go ahead, write them down in the comments. They ought to be fun. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, check back often for more content from me. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.